Welcome to the Nation of History channel. Be sure to subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. In the 16th century, the so-called freak shows, secondary circus performances, emerged in England. At that time, physical deformities were seen as signs of bad omens or negative spiritual presences. Taking advantage of this belief, showmen like P.T. Barnum turned these characteristics into attractions, sparking public interest and challenging old stigmas by bringing people with rare conditions onto the stage. In this video, you will learn about the greatest performances from these curious shows. We will reveal the stories of figures who captivated audiences with their unique skills and appearances. Get ready to discover incredible acts that made history in the circus. Grab your popcorn and enjoy. Johnny Eck, known as the Man with No Body, was one of the most remarkable artists of the freak shows between the 1930s and 1950s. Born with sacral agenesis, which left him without the lower part of his body, he exceeded expectations and amazed audiences with his talent. He walked on his hands, performed acrobatics, and even played basketball, becoming a beloved attraction in several circuses. His skill and bravery challenged the stigmas of the time regarding physical limitations. Johnny was remembered not just for his condition, but for his ingenuity and dexterity. He lived an independent life, proving capable of performing feats that few imagined. Pip and Flip were twin sisters with microcephaly, a condition that causes malformed skulls and cognitive limitations. Known as the Yucatan twins, they are believed to have been born on the Mexican peninsula. They performed in the Circus of Horrors, winning over the audience with their cheerful demeanor, and were remembered as charismatic by their peers. In the circus, they found acceptance and a way to live with dignity. The animated film Shrek, released in 2001, was inspired by the true story of Maurice Tillet, born on October 23, 1903, in Russia. At 17, he began developing acromegaly, a condition caused by excess growth hormone, which altered his skull, jaw, hands, and feet. Tillet became known in wrestling as the Monster of Notre Dame, and his appearance served as the basis for the character Shrek. Despite his striking appearance, Tillet was highly cultured. He spoke about 10 languages and wrote poetry. Aware of the prejudice he would face, he sought refuge in theater and, in 1937, moved to the United States, where he shone as a professional wrestler. In the American Wrestling Association, he was a heavyweight champion and adopted the name the French Angel in homage to his origins. Joe Martin Lorello, born in 1886, became known as the Owl Man for his ability to turn his head 180 degrees and even walk that way. In 1921, he moved to the United States and began performing in the Barnum and Bailey Circus, where he gained fame for his unusual talent. In 1940, his ability was captured in a photo published by Life magazine, which further solidified his notoriety. Cuckoo, known as the Bird Girl, was born in 1880 in Georgia with Virchow-Seckel syndrome, also known as birdhead dwarfism. The condition gave her distinctive features: a small head, beak-shaped nose, and a receded jaw. Her performances involved eccentric dances and movements that mimicked wings. Cuckoo captivated the audience by turning her appearance into art, becoming a well-known name in sideshows and overcoming challenges with creativity and a unique presence. Harry, known as Kurt, arrived in the United States in 1915 from Germany with his sister Grace. He began working with a man named Earls and adopted his surname. In the 1920s, his sisters Daisy and Tiny joined him. Together, they gained prominence in the circus world, remembered for their unique skills and unforgettable performances that captivated audiences for years. Frances O'Connor, born without arms, taught herself to eat, drink, sew, and write, using only her feet. At 15, she joined the Ringling Brothers and began living in Sheridan with her mother, who was her manager. Fannie Mills was born in 1860 in Ohio and lived with Milroy syndrome, a condition that caused severe swelling in her feet and legs, concentrating the weight in the lower part of her body. At 15, she began performing in circuses, gaining admiration for her strength and resilience. Bill Dirks, nicknamed the Man with 3 eyes and 2 noses, joined the freak show at 40 after being discovered in his hometown in Alabama. He created the illusion of a 3rd eye with makeup between his noses, captivating the audience. Josephine Myrtle Corbin was born in 1868 in the United States and became famous as the 4-legged woman. Her rare condition was caused by an embryonic fusion, resulting in a duplication of her lower torso with 4 legs and 2 internal systems. Mary Ann Bevan, a British nurse, lived an ordinary life with her husband, Thomas Bevan. After marriage, she began developing acromegaly, a condition that causes abnormal growth of bones and tissues, altering her appearance. After the loss of her husband, she joined the Curiosities shows to support her children, being announced as the ugliest woman in the world. Ella Harper, born in 1873, had genu recurvatum, a rare condition that caused her knees to bend backward, making it difficult for her to walk upright. To move more comfortably, she walked on her hands and feet. This made her daily life and social interactions challenging, as she was seen as different at the time. The Congress of Freaks from Ringling Brothers was one of the largest human curiosity shows of the early 20th century. In 1924, its members posed together for a group portrait, symbolizing the diversity and fascination of the time. The show brought together giants, dwarfs, contortionists, people with deformities, and those with extreme strength, each with a story of overcoming adversity. Grady Stiles Jr., known as Lobster Boy, was born with ectrodactyly, a congenital condition that made his hands and feet look like lobster claws. Following the family tradition, he became a popular attraction in circuses and sideshows. However, his personal life was marked by struggles, including alcoholism. Crau Farini, known as the Monkey Woman, was born in 1876 in Laos with a condition called hypertrichosis, which caused excessive hair growth all over her body and physical traits resembling a monkey. Discovered by an explorer, she was taken to Europe and promoted as the missing link between humans and primates. Fedor Jevtichu, a Russian performer known as Jojo the Dog-Faced Boy, gained fame in P.T. Barnum's Sideshow. Born with hypertrichosis, a condition that causes excessive hair growth on the face and body, he became one of the era's biggest attractions. His striking appearance and stage presence made him a celebrity. In 1917, Pascual Piñon toured the United States as the Two-Headed Mexican, attracting attention with his unusual performance. He had a tumor on his head that was adapted with a wax face, creating the illusion of a second face. Known as the Two-Headed Man, he was one of the most famous attractions in the curiosity shows of the early 20th century. Born with parasitic twins, he had a second, partially formed head attached to his main one. Edouard Beaupré, born Joseph Edouard Beaupré Pichet, on January 9, 1881, was a Canadian giant who gained fame in freak shows and as a wrestler. He was also known for his physical strength and shown in the Ringling Bros and Barnum and Bailey Circus, where he amazed audiences with his stature. In 1908, Kate Skinner gave birth to the Siamese twins Daisy and Violet Hilton, conjoined at the hip with shared blood circulation. Shortly after, they were adopted by Mary Hilton, their employer, who saw potential in them for the Curiosity shows. George and Willie Muse, black albino brothers born in Virginia at the end of the 19th century were kidnapped from their community in 1899. Separated from their mother, Harriet Muse, they were forced to perform in freak shows due to their appearance, a result of albinism. This postcard from 1885 shows a young woman gracefully sitting on a swing, despite having no legs. Dressed in period attire, with her hair neatly styled, she was part of the world of freak shows, where physical differences became attractions. The girl with a calm expression became known as the Wonder Without Limbs. In 1916, Eduardiana Ponzi Chinery performed an impressive aerial act, swinging in the air while being supported only by her teeth. This type of act required extreme strength and precision, making it one of the boldest performances in the circuses of the time. Anne Jones Wide, born in 1865, became known as the Bearded Woman and gained fame in circus performances. Her thick beard, unusual for a woman, made her a prominent figure. In a time with little acceptance for physical differences, Anne captivated the audience with her charisma and confidence. The duo Fat and Skinny Man stood out in the circus and curiosity shows at the beginning of the 20th century. With contrasting looks, one extremely thin and the other very obese, they performed comedic boxing fights that entertained crowds. Teo Valenzuela, famous as the heaviest man in the world, was a well-known figure in Tempe. In 1922, his weight reached 645 pounds. Despite his fame, Teo faced daily challenges due to his weight, such as mobility and health limitations. Hunter, known as the Pony Boy, was born in 1895 in Missouri with congenital genu recurvatum, a rare condition that made his legs bend backward. Unable to stand or use crutches, he moved around on all fours. Millie and Christine McCoy, nicknamed the Carolina Twins, were born in 1851, conjoined at the lower part of their spine, and faced two major challenges: their physical condition and the fact that they were born enslaved in the United States. Pauline Musters, born on February 26, 1876 in the Netherlands, is recognized by the Guinness World Records as the shortest woman ever recorded, standing at only 11.8 inches. She passed away at 19 years old in New York due to pneumonia and meningitis. In 1926, Hollywood introduced a curious duo, Jacques Lerner, a stage actor known for his monkey imitations, and AER, a famous comedic chimpanzee nicknamed the Monkey Man. Unzi, known as the albino, gained fame for his rare condition of albinism. With skin, hair, and eyes lacking pigment, he stood out in an era when little was known about the condition. In an old circus show, two men with thick hair on their faces and bodies were announced as the Wild Men, revealing a darker side of the parallel shows. Their names have been lost to history, but their journey still moves people today. Aloysia Wagner, who used the stage name Violetta, arrived in New York from Germany with her half-brother and began her career as a singer in sideshows. She moved by hopping with the lower part of her torso and performed tasks such as sewing, combing her hair, and dressing using only her mouth. John Jennings, known as the Modern Samson, was born in 1890 and became one of the major attractions in circuses due to his extraordinary strength. He amazed audiences by bending metal bars, lifting heavy weights, and pulling vehicles with chains. If you enjoyed this video and want to support the channel, please use the Super Thanks tool below. Your contribution helps us keep bringing you amazing historical content. Thank you so much for your support, and see you in the next video.